The last we heard from police, that man is at the Regional 1 Medical Center in critical condition. Good morning and welcome to Action News 5 at 4:30. I'm Shay Harris.
Kimberly Moore went to court Monday expecting jury selection to begin in the first-degree murder case against the man police say shot and killed her husband, but that didn't happen.
Sadly enough, it's something many of us do from time to time. They left their car door unlocked outside on their own property. A woman shot several times during a robbery, how she identified her attacker and what's being done to bring him to justice. Plus, the Memphis Police Community Outreach Program looks to keep you healthy, and they're doing it all for free, how you can take advantage. Good morning, it's Saturday. I'm Shay Harris. Kanji Anthony has the day off. Now, the stories making headlines across the Mid-South are headed your way in just a minute. But right now, we're going to check in with Bailey Melton live in the Action News 5 Storm Tracking Center. Good morning, Bailey. Memphis police are reaching out to the community. This afternoon, the Crime Prevention Unit is hosting a free health fair. Here in the studio this morning with me, I have Lieutenant Donald Dickerson and Officer Shamika Love. Good morning, guys, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, tell us, why is our police department hosting this fair?
Heat index probably approaching 100 degrees those 2 days, and then back down to 92 with a chance of rain coming up on Wednesday.
All right, I see that 50%.
Yeah, 50%.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Yeah. Because you're the weather guy.
Okay.
Later on this evening,
yes.
What should we?
You got some plans?
I got some plans, Bailey, and I don't want it to rain on my head.
There could be some isolated showers this evening, but they should be out of here by 8 or 9 o'clock.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And get ready, Memphis. From the Redbirds to the Tigers to the Grizzlies, it's going to be an action-packed night of sports with a push for the playoffs on the line. Authorities in Mississippi say they are not giving up in their search for a missing little girl. 2-year-old Myra Lewis has been missing for about 40 days. Now, she disappeared March 1st from her home in Camden in Madison County. At a news conference, police say they're following every lead and tip they get. And even though nothing yet has led to a concrete clue, the sheriff says they won't quit. Disney's Frozen is not only a box office hit, the animated film is causing a frenzy on eBay. Kids across the country are clamoring for Frozen merchandise, especially the dress-up versions of Queen Elsa's sparkling ice blue dress. Problem is, many U.S. stores have sold out. Now, some desperate parents are shelling out over $1,000 to get a limited edition version of the dress that sold for about $150 last year. Now, others are spending even more on character dolls of Elsa and her twin sister Anna. Disney says it's moving quickly to meet those demands. And coming up at 6 a.m., it's a Freebie Friday frenzy. From Easter to antiques to animals. Action News 5's Lindsey Brown reveals some great deals for you and your family to enjoy. And some of them are coming up this weekend. See what we've uncovered on this Freebie Friday coming up at 6. A hit and run. Police may need your help. The latest on the investigation coming up. Plus, another arrest in connection with Galilee Cemetery. Why the bookkeeper is charged with abuse of a corpse. Good morning. It's Sunday, March 30th. I'm Shay Harris. Ben Watson has the morning off. Now, more of your headlines coming up in just a minute. But right now, we're going to check in with meteorologist Bailey Melton. He's live in the Action News 5 Storm Tracking Center. Good morning, Bailey. Breaking news update. Memphis police are investigating a hit and run accident. It happened on Dedrick Avenue and Huguenot Street around 8:30 last night. Now, one neighbor told us the victim is his disabled neighbor. Memphis police have not told us the condition of the victim. Neighbors tell us that a lifeless body was in the street. We are waiting now for police to release more information about what kind of vehicle they are looking for. Now, if you saw anything in the area of Dedrick Avenue and Huguenot Street that can help police solve this crime, call Crime Stoppers. That number is 901-528-CASH. A cemetery accused of burying bodies on top of bodies. Now a second arrest in the Galilee Memorial Gardens scandal. Police say bookkeeper Corey Taylor used office records to hide multiple bodies in single graves. And up to 12,000 bodies are buried at the Bartlett Cemetery. A class action lawsuit is underway, and the owner, Jamar Lambert, is in jail with no bond. Action News 5's Jerica Phillips has the new developments. About 100 people in cities south of Los Angeles had to be evacuated because of the quake damage. As Stacey Butler reports, some residents will not be allowed to return because the damage is so severe. Scary.
I don't know. I couldn't handle it. I would hate to be in the middle of that.
Well, I tell you what, I would have as well, but I've actually experienced one when I was out in L.A., and it is very scary. Everything shakes. I thought somebody was breaking into the house, so it was crazy.
Probably a little unsettling.
Very much so, you know, because I've never experienced anything like that, you know. But wonderfully so, we don't have anything like that happening here. Near perfect weather.
I know,
right?
that's right. It's a little chilly starting out this morning.
Yeah,
You have to put a little coat on as you head out this morning, but things are going to get nice as we go through the afternoon.
Wow, Bailey, that's a wonderful report. And I tell you what, you say cold front, I'm like, that's just a cool front, you know, compared to what we've had.
Action News 5's Shay Harris met with Shiloh Sanders and her family today and talked about the inspiration behind her work. Shay?
Well, Ursula, publishing companies were pretty impressed with her story. This 7-year-old girl has turned a tragic time in her life into something beautiful, and she hopes others learn about God after reading it. While other kids are reading books, 7-year-old Shiloh Sanders is busy writing them.
I just started to write and print and do all this stuff.
Shiloh's Prayer is her first published work. It was inspired by her mother after she died from lymphoma cancer in 2011.
When I was a little baby, my mom and I always said the same prayer. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
She's lived with her grandparents since her mother's death. One night, while saying her bedtime prayer, Shiloh started asking questions about the prayer.
I asked my grandmother who wrote this prayer. She did not have an answer for me. She said the same prayer when she was a little girl.
She says, that's an old prayer, and I think we need a new one.
So Adolphus encouraged her to write one. And to her grandmother's surprise, Shiloh did just that.
Because I love to pray and praise God and show what He craves.
Shiloh's family has been through a lot since her mother died.
It's been really hard for the past couple years, but now I got my grandma by my side. It's good.
But to her grandmother, Shiloh and her book have been a source of strength through it all.
So when it got to the end and my daughter did pass away, she says she lives with Jesus now. She took it, and she took it in such a positive way, even when the adults couldn't take it.
Because she's my favorite person in the whole wide world.
Now, Shiloh's Prayer is in Barnes & Noble's bookstores now. Her first book signing will take place on May 3rd from 1 to 3 p.m. at Barnes & Noble's booksellers on North Germantown Parkway. And you're invited to attend. In the newsroom, Shay Harris, Action News 5.